This morning, we're going to be diving right into it because I've got quite a bit of material to cover. And I'm excited about the message. We had a really powerful first service. Many people, I believe, got touched this morning. And I believe God's going to do the same thing in the second service. The message this morning is the nature of rejection. The nature of rejection. That's a subject that, I think gets brought up fairly regularly in church circles because it is something that has to be dealt with. What's important when it comes to rejection is that we need to understand what rejection actually is. What is rejection? And I think when it comes to this specific topic, the best way to describe what it is to describe what it isn't, or rather what the opposite of rejection is. So the opposite of rejection would obviously be to be accepted, or acceptance, or to be approved. So for example, just to give you just a basic example, if I didn't make the football team, I was rejected. That can be a form. I wasn't accepted on the team. That can be a form of rejection. So in other words, if you're not approved, if you're not accepted, that basically is what rejection is. Rejection can start very, very early in a person's life. And if we're very honest with ourselves, I think almost everybody in this room has at some point been affected by rejection in some or other way. Because it comes in many different forms. And it also, the level of the way that rejection affects us is also sometimes completely different. On one hand, rejection can come and it can be kind of mild and not really have much of an effect on us. On the other hand, rejection can be very, very intense, and it can really affect our lives to the point that this morning I really need to show you just how serious rejection can be in the life of a believer. The good news, and I want to say this right from the beginning because I'm going to go right into it and I'm just going to hammer the points out this morning because some of them are hard to face and hard to deal with. But I want to tell you right from the start that there is an answer and that you don't have to wait to deal with this issue. You're going to deal with it today. Is that okay? God is going to touch you, and I'm going to show you from Scripture how God will remove this thing from you. In fact, what most of you in this room, not most of you, but a lot of you probably don't realize is that you already have what you need to deal with this rejection that may have come to you at some point in your life. So basically, rejection is not being accepted, and sometimes even to the point where we feel rejection as not being wanted. And that can be really difficult. Again, every one of us has probably suffered rejection at some point. But just to get right into it, I think one of the most extreme forms of rejection started at a very, very young age. So in other words, a child oftentimes feels rejected. What most of you may not realize is rejection can actually start even before you're born. In other words, a child in the womb can feel rejection. We know that children in the womb can feel different things because we know that when Jesus was in Mary's womb, that John the Baptist leapt with excitement when he heard that Jesus was there. So children have emotions, and I can really get into this about how extreme it is, and how serious it really is. But children, even at a young age, can feel rejection before they have the awareness that we have when we're a little bit older. But for example, children can feel as if one of their parents maybe doesn't love them so much. That can be a form of rejection. Or perhaps a parent does absolutely outright reject a child or reject their family. Remember, if a father, for example, rejects his family, that whole family will suffer rejection. Unfortunately, the children suffer very, very much when someone has to deal with rejection. It's incredible because, and this is, please guys, I'm going to just go after this because I want to deal with the issues. But understand something. We're all under the blood and there's no condemnation for those in Christ Jesus. So if maybe you are sitting here and maybe you rejected your children, I want you to know that there's grace and forgiveness for you at the cross. Amen? So please, but I want to deal with it because there may be sitting somebody here that perhaps your parents got divorced. Divorce can be very difficult for kids because it's not that the parents do anything intentionally or want to hurt the children. But what often happens is, let's just say normally the parents were together, so they were with the kids the whole time. Now one of the parents leave the home. Immediately that child begins to feel some form of guilt. Was it perhaps them that caused the divorce? I've had young people